Hey guys, I know I hadn't been on for a while. I thought I'd make a video. After all that happened, man, I think I just decided I just want to make videos and talk, about an experience I've had or a day I've had. And I'm not going to delete the videos. Maybe I should, but I'm just not going to do it. If they come off, it's going to be because YouTube took them off. I'm just not going to take them off. But that's not what I wanted to talk about tonight. If you hear the music in the background, it's Enya. I just love her music, and it's just so beautiful. I remember the first time I ever heard it was at my cousin's wedding when I was young, and they were playing it in the church building and, over the speakers. And I thought, what is this beautiful music, And I asked them afterward, and that's when they told, what it was. And I remember I bought 2 CDs. This was years ago, like 15, 20. And I bought the CDs, and it was beautiful stuff. And excuse me, just love the music. It's just the most beautiful stuff. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's so beautiful. Relaxes me. When I can relax, I can't always relax. But getting to what I wanted to talk about, I went downtown, the local bar scene, our version of a club, and it's only about 5 minutes from where I live, and I went down there for a little while, and it was okay. Wasn't great, but I went down for a little while, and and it's been rough for me the last couple of weeks. That happening, what happened, and then more withdrawal symptoms, different symptoms that are just horrible, and I've been really rough. I'm just making this video because finally I feel like doing it, and we'll see how it goes. But I went down to the bar in the club, and I went inside, and when every day you have sucks and it's bad, you just look for little things that give you a little bit of happiness, I went in there, and of course I don't know what was going on tonight. They had the music turned up way too loud for the band. It was just, oh my God, it gave me a headache, just horrible. But I went in there, and I'm looking around, and I remember, there was, when you go in there, there's tables, because it's a big kind of room, and it's, because it is kind of a restaurant type setting too. And there was tables, and there was groups of people, sitting at them and things like that. And then, of course, people standing around, drinking. And I went in, and there was this group of, not real attractive women much, but they were decent enough. And I was in there, and one of them kept turning around looking at me. Just eyeing me, and looking at me. And it was enjoyable. I would have went over and said something. Like I said, it was... it's been a rough week, and I'd get into my symptoms, but I just don't want to talk about them. And they've really been bothering me, so I just didn't go over. I thought I didn't want to get into a wave, going over there and talking to them, so I just kind of stayed back. And plus, it was so not real crowded. It was actually kind of a quiet night. Not a lot of people out. They'll either be out tomorrow night, or it could be spring break. And people are gone, but. A guy came in that comes over and talks to me sometimes, and we talk for a while. He's nice enough, and but then he'll go over and talk to this bartender, and me and him, we're the old timers of that place. We've been going there for a long time, and we'll talk a little bit, and then he'll go and talk to that guy, and he talks to him more than me. Like, we'll talk for a while, my autism, I'm terrible at socializing, and, we'll talk about things for a while, and then he'll kind of, I gotta go get another beer, and he'll leave, and he'll go over and get that, and usually go over and talk to that guy. He likes talking to him, and more than me, and usually, nobody much talks to me, and they're friendly enough. Like, people say hi, you know, because I'm a regular, you know, so they know, you know, who I am, and they'll say hi and everything. But mostly it's just me sitting there or standing. And one of the good things tonight is there was a lot of new people tonight. There was several girls there that don't come there much. Either they're going to start coming, but they haven't been. And I was getting a lot of eye contact and looking, and, you know, I'd catch them staring and they'd look away real quick. I caught several of them doing it. And while he was talking to me, these were older kind of women. I mean, I'm old too, but I'm talking about them, you know. You get that where we live because there's just nothing else to do here. I mean, if you're going to go out, there's nowhere else to go but that place and like two others. You know, there's nowhere to go for us unless you want to drive an hour and a half away. You know, there's just not a lot to do around here, so you go there if you want to get out. And several of them were giving me eye contact. Not real attractive to me, but they were definitely giving me eye contact, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. You know, that's all I get, man. And it gives me a little bit of enjoyment. But I was sitting there thinking, yeah, I was getting eye contact. And there's a few regulars in there that also give me eye contact. And they do the hair stuff when I walk by. I mean, and I know I have no proof of it because I don't have a freaking camera because the damn hat camera doesn't work. I had a hat camera, but number one, it quit working, and number two, if you put the hat on, it points straight up. So all it videos is the ceiling. You have to lower your head in kind of a bowing motion to get any video in front. It's just stupid. I don't know who designed it, but he's an idiot. You know, I was just kind of, you know, walking through there and enjoying kind of the IOIs, you know, and one girl was standing there with her either husband or boyfriend, I'm guessing boyfriend, you know, and I caught her looking at me a few times with him standing there, and that's fun, because, you know, I'll admit that kind of makes me, I enjoy that, and I'm not bragging, but I've had that a lot, where a girl will come in with her boyfriend and look at me, you know, and it's fun, you know. And I'm not saying I would ever break up a relationship. I sure wouldn't want that done to me, you know. So, now, you know, doing to others as you'd have them doing to you. That's what the Bible says. And, of course, I wouldn't do that. But I admit it is kind of flattering, you know. And, because it's almost like they're thinking, ooh, I found somebody better, you know. I don't know if that's what they're really thinking, but it kind of makes you feel like that. Like, ooh, he's better looking than he is, you know. But, you know, there I was, and I was just watching everything. And of course, that friend of mine was talking to the bartender, and, you know, didn't come back over and say much to me, because he usually doesn't, unless there's nobody there, or he can't talk to the bartender, and it wasn't that busy tonight. And, I'm sitting there, and, of course, you know, here I am. I didn't approach any of these women. And there was a guy in front of me that near the end of the night, the girls were doing the twerking, you know, where they get up the butt to crotch dance. You know what I'm talking about. It's pretty immoral. And the girl was up to the guy, and, you know, and she grinding on him, and he's kind of spanking her butt. You know, it's pretty bad stuff. You know, it's bar and club, right? Everybody's drinking. And boy, they're grinding, you know. And in a way, I'm jealous, because, you know, I wish that would happen to me. And I've had that happen to me a few times, but I'm not drunk. So when the girl does it to me, I kind of freeze, because I don't know what to do. I don't want to touch them and get all Me Too'd and get thrown out of the place, and, you know. But I had one girl with her boyfriend, strange, run up to me and start grinding on me. You know, bending over and grinding her butt on me. It was like, whoa, you know. And that was with her boyfriend, so I was like freaking out, didn't quite know what to do. But, you know, I've had that too. But, you know, I'm watching, and of course he's spanking her butt, and he's having a good time. And he tries to take her outside. This is near the end of the night, you know, last calls doesn't happen, and they're, getting ready to shut everything down. And he tries to get her outside, and they go outside, and then of course she comes right back in and leaves with her friends, because they'd come with, friends. And they leave. Of course, the guy, doesn't go with them. And then there was these two other girls that had been surrounded by guys all night. Certain group of guys came up, hit on them. Other certain group of guys came up, And one of them had gave me some eye wise, kind of kept looking over at me, while the guys were talking. And maybe it's because I tease them. Maybe it's because, I don't give them the attention that they want, But at the end of the night, they go outside. You can tell the guys are trying to get them to go with them, and all that. And the girls just leave. They're, well, no, we got to go. Bye-bye. And they leave. And I'll never forget just sitting there going, we're standing outside because it's warm. It's not too cold right now. And you can stand outside. So that's when that happened, and the guys are trying to get them to go with them. The girls leave. And I'm just thinking, wow. Like, it's, it's really pointless doing this. I mean, number one, now the main reason I'm there, you guys know my situation. I go because, number one, there's nowhere to go. I can't sit at this house all the time. And, I just get depressed being by myself, and there's nowhere else to go here. I don't really have the money and the time, to be driving hours away. And so it doesn't really bother me. Yeah, if I got a girl and all that, that'd be nice. But I mean, it's not going to kill me. I'm not going to go home every night and cry in my soup, right? And right now with this COVID, there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. And I was just thinking, though, that if I was going for that, wow, what a waste of time. Number one, most of the girls are just giving you eye wise. They just want your attention. They're not really interested in most of you. We know that if you know the manosphere and you've studied it for a while. Women, they're not into you, really. Most of them. And, you're going to hit on them and do all the things you're doing. The guy's sitting there shaking with the booty of the girl, and he's probably thinking, oh, man, I got a chance, man, take her home. Nothing. She goes home, doesn't go with him. Whether she would have if she hadn't been with her friends, but they're always going to be with their friends, And he strikes out, because, he wants more than that. We all know that. And those guys hitting on them girls all night. They get outside. Hey, you want to go with us? No, we got to go. They probably spent money on drinks for them and everything. And they just leave, and I'm thinking, wow, what a waste of time. And about the only girls you get are older women. Like, you're not going to get the hot 19, 20, 21-year-old. That's not happening. They're not going to just go home with you. I guess they might, but that's pretty unlikely. And I was just sitting there thinking, what a waste of my time. I mean, not me. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. I just like getting away from the house. But I'm thinking, if that's what you're really going for, what a waste of your time. Do something else with your time, man. Try to get some friends. Try to get a hobby or something. Get something better to do. Instead of spending all that money in there and wasting all that time. It's mostly immoral anyway. We shouldn't be wanting to do this stuff anyway. But I mean, even going for that, it's just a waste. You're just wasting your time, and you're not going to get what you want pretty much. And it's like, so why do you do it? And I get it, around here there's not a lot to do for guys, and a lot of guys don't have any friends. Like friends. I don't have any friends. I'm basically alone, friend-wise. But boy, I was just watching it and thinking, wow, man, what a waste. And that's why I would tell people going to bars and clubs. Look, I go, like I said, my situation's a lot different. But I would tell you the kind of people that don't need to go to bars and clubs, like if it's going to really bother you to not get women, if you're ugly, and I'm not being sarcastic, if you're not attractive as a man, you don't need to go. Because not only are you going to not take a woman home and get anything from her, not only are you not going to get a girlfriend or your future wife, which why you'd go there for a future wife, I don't know. But why you'd go do that, I don't know. But you're not even going to get anything. You may not even, if you're the ugly guy, you're probably not going to get any IOIs at all. So everything is going to have to be cold approach, and you're going to go up to women, and it's going to be like, oh my God. It's probably going to go really bad for you because she's not going to want you around. So that's one guy that shouldn't go. And here's one for my situation. If you are a very shy guy, you don't need to go. Like, unless you're going to get drunk, because that'll loosen you up. The problem is then you're going to be too stupid because you're drunk. And it's kind of just it's just not a good situation for guys. And like I said, I've said this before about the incel community. They're not completely accurate on the looks thing. Yes, looks go a long way. I'll completely agree with them on that. It goes a long way. But if you are extremely shy, maybe autistic like me, like grotesque subhuman, several of these guys, guys like us, if you're like that, you're going to have a tough time at a bar and club. The whole situation's just not going to be good for you. And because people say, well, if you're good, it doesn't matter because you're good looking. She'll just put up with whatever you say. If you are terrible at social skills, I ain't so sure about that. Because you're going to have to be Giga Chad. The incels put them into several categories. Chad Light, Chad, and then, of course, Giga Chad. That's the super duper guy, I guess. You'd have to be a Giga Chad then. You couldn't even be just a Chad Light. And that's the thing, if you have terrible social skills, the bar and club is going to be such a waste of time because you're going to really struggle. Not only are you not going to probably meet women, you're going to struggle talking to any of the guys and all of that stuff. And those are the kind of things, by the way, that attract women. People that are sociable, people that have lots of friends. And if you're shy, chances are you ain't going to have a lot of friends. I mean, that's just normal, So I would advise them not to go to a bar and club. And also, if you're religious and you're a good person, I would definitely advise you not to go to a bar and club because you're going to see a lot of crazy stuff. People acting horrible, vulgar dancing, nasty women, jerky men, fighting. You're going to see fights break out probably not every night. We didn't have a fight in there tonight, but a lot of times you get fights. You're going to see a lot of stuff you just ain't going to want to be around. So I would probably advise most people to not go to them. Unless you're a beautiful woman and you're watching this, please go. No. But yeah, that's about all I got to say. It's just such a situation, Just not sure what to do, guys. It gives me a little happiness to go. It's not the best thing in the world, but you get the IOIs a little bit. Like I said, I've got to get me a hat camera so I can show y'all. But that's about all I got to say, really. It's just thought I'd make this video. I had nothing else to do, so that's about all I got to say, guys. Hope you like this video and leave some comments. I'd appreciate it, guys. And I guess that's all I got to say. I'll let you guys go. Take care. Bye.